Hello. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, you can hear me. Bro, I was gonna come on here earlier. Y'all don't laugh at my hair. I haven't cut my hair. I haven't cut my hair. I've been meaning to get to it, but I've been fooling with my damn daughter in these damn speakers. She wanted some speakers in her car. Got them hooked up. Now it ain't working. And it's one of these new cars, so it's like you gotta take out all of this shit. And I need like a RCA line in converter and just like, man, why isn't it? For one, I'm trying to hook it up to the factory, so that's hard. And you know how you really don't want to put no other stereo in there because these new ones they got these screens and shit, and then they be hooked up to the AC and stuff. You just don't even want to fool with that shit. But yeah, I've been fooling with that. That's why I was gonna come on here at 8, but I didn't. I've been fooling with that shit, and I still don't have the right shit. Then my daughter was out there like she wanted to start crying. I'm just like, oh my God. Just relax. Just relax. It's not a big deal. But it's kids, man. They gotta have it right now. They gotta have it right now. They need it right now. Or it's just it's like it's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. You're gonna be okay. So I've been dealing with that. So yeah. But I know y'all saw this about this case where the Supreme Court held up. I think it was just his executive order rulings that they got to abide by, basically, because these lower courts was always where somebody was filing these injunctions, and these lower courts was halting his executive orders, which I already knew. I mean, I'm not one of these people who like really get into the weeds about how the system really works, but it was clear to me that they were impeding on the executive branch. Like that was just clear. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how you could put that any other way. But it's like if he's the president, he's doing executive orders, he's doing this, and y'all keep doing injunctions. Like, okay, so what do we even need a president for if y'all can just file injunctions and cease and desist and don't abide by his orders? Where does it stop? You know what I mean? So that was just clear to me. It's like all of these other presidents done executive orders and whatnot, and nobody ever stopped them. But hey, you said Justice Brown and Justice Sotomayor went crazy today. What they do? I know. What's the white chick? She had some crazy stuff to say about Jackson, Katanji Brown Jackson. I wonder if I can pull that up. What was her name? What's her name? Oh, Coney Barrett, that Coney Barrett chick. Let me see. I mean, she slammed her. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? I'm trying to get to what she said. There you go, right there. Come on back. Where it go? I just had it. Yeah, this is what Barrett said. Supreme Court Justice Barrett. It says for multiple paragraphs, Barrett brushed off her colleague's fiery dissent as illogical. She said, "We will not dwell on Justice Jackson's argument, which is at odds with more than 2 centuries worth of precedent, not to mention the Constitution itself," Barrett wrote before spending another page discussing Jackson's dissent. Barrett, a conservative who was appointed by Trump in 2020, has occasionally toed the line between the conservative wing and the liberal wing of the court, earning ire from Trump supporters. But her scathing takedown of Jackson's dissent was an eye opening reminder of where her loyalty lies. Justice Jackson would do well to heed her own admonition. Ad, ad, is that right? Did I say that right? Everyone from the president on down is bound by law. Jackson, a liberal appointed by former President Joe Biden in 2022, expressed intense opposition to the court's decision on Friday, believing it to be destructive, perverse, and wrong. Jackson claimed that the decision would embolden the executive to act more as a monarchy than a democracy. See, she more so playing on the whole Trump is trying to be some king shit. I don't believe that. Like all that fear mongering, that's the type of shit that her and just typical black folks and liberals and all these people, they done really bought into that shit, bro. They really think this dude is a boogeyman. She's sitting up there as a Supreme Court justice, and she think this man is a boogeyman. So she not gonna just abide by the law and abide by how she's supposed to rule on this shit. She's gonna actually have a little bit of bias in there. And I'm not saying none of them don't have no bias, but she clearly got some bias in her decision. A Martian arriving here from another planet would see these circumstances and surely wonder what good is the Constitution then, Jackson said in her dissent. It's not uncommon for justices to display their passion for a certain issue in opinions and dissents. It's become standard to find justices sharply disagreeing with one another in written decisions. But Barrett's relentless attack and Jackson's heated dissent was even surprising to some people online. Man, that they didn't. That's not all of it though. I'm trying to find all of it. Like they didn't put all of it in there. I just seen. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. She said, "We observe only this: Justice Jackson decries an imperial executive while embracing an imperial judiciary." Facts. So what she's saying there is like she don't want the executive branch to be like in total control. But she cool with the judiciary and the lower courts being in control. And that's not how it's supposed to be. The executive branch usually gets final say and has, the leading decision or whatever, whatever they want to do. Not whatever they want to do, but the majority of things that they want to do. And we know that with the vice president, the Senate, the House, they not gonna ever let a president just turn into a king. Nobody's gonna do that. Just like they think that Trump is just gonna start setting off rockets here and there and blowing up people. Trust me, all of the other people, the generals and whatnot, even the ones who probably voted for Trump and agree with him, they not gonna let him just bomb somebody just because. Like, like what people think. Oh, he's gonna get pissed off and he may do X, Y, and Z. That's not gonna happen. They not gonna let him do that. Like people gotta quit being so scary and quit thinking that nobody's going to stop him. This government is set up in a way where anybody can just damn near shoot something down. Anybody can stand in anybody's way at any point in time. That's just how it is. What's that shit like? What was it? Is it the 25th Amendment? So if they really think you crazy, then they can invoke the 25th Amendment on you. Shit, it may become a coup where one day somebody just tries to invoke the 25th Amendment on somebody. And they not crazy. They just don't want that person in power. But then I guarantee you will have generals or somebody from the House. It may be a group of senators or congressmen or something. They're gonna raise some alarms. It's gonna be an issue. Nobody legitimately has full power in this government. I don't know what people think, and I don't know what makes people so scared. Nobody has full power. Every time you think they do, they don't. And they make you think that. Even when the Democrats had full power, the Republicans was acting like, remember when Obama had the House and the Senate, oh, he's going to do this. He's going to. No. Even he couldn't do everything he wanted to do still. It's just not going to happen. Tim says birthright citizenship was strictly for the offspring of former slaves after slavery ended. Facts. That's what it was for. It wasn't for somebody to just come over here and have a damn baby. That's what a lot of these immigrants doing anyway. Like they made fun of him for using the term anchor babies, but that's exactly what they was doing. I'm gonna just run across the border, camp out for a couple of years, have a baby, and the baby is born over here. Now the baby gets citizenship, and I can hang around too. Then I can start bringing other individuals over here. So really, that's set up on a false premise because you're illegal. So how has everybody else under you become legal? Like all of that shit got to stop. I'm not one of these people that got sympathy for these folks. I don't care. I don't care. Because a lot of these groups have actually played on the things that black people have accomplished in this country, black people have fought for, and tried to use it for themselves when that's not what it's meant for. It wasn't meant for you. The 14th Amendment was meant for slaves and their offspring. Just like the civil rights, black folks fighting for civil rights, and then all of a sudden, other groups of people come over here and talk crazy to us. It's bad enough we had to deal with the shit that white folks are giving us. Now y'all gonna come over here and treat us like we ain't shit? When if it wasn't for us taking these ass whoopings, going through all of this crap, fighting for these laws and these rules, y'all wouldn't even be able to do what y'all doing. Y'all wouldn't even be able to come over here. Cause trust me, if we would have lost that battle, nobody would be coming over here. If black people wouldn't have won civil rights or any of these other issues, nobody would be coming over here. That's a fact. They would have shut it down. They would have shut it down. You think Asians would be allowed over here? No. You think Africans and Haitians, they would be allowed over here? No. Mexicans? Hell no. That border shit wouldn't even be an issue. If y'all would come over here illegally, if we had lost all of these rights, they would have been packing y'all asses up, turning y'all around, and shipping y'all the fuck out of here. All of this stuff, putting you in housing and trying to give you a court date and do that shit wouldn't even fly. They wouldn't even play with y'all like that. They'll put y'all on the bus soon as they caught you and sent you right back home. Sent you right back home. Tim say New York close to electing a Middle Eastern Democrat mayor. It's proof the Democrats trying to give the country away to foreigners. Yeah. And Democrats, most of those people, they like socialists, bro. I gotta cut my hair. My hair looks bad on her on camera. I look crazy. I look crazy. But what was I saying? Yeah. They like socialists, just like AOC and them. They socialists, bro. They are socialist. Let me show you some. I saw this on my timeline. This was Cuomo and Stephen A. Smith talking about it. Oh, I'm gonna play that one too. Okay. It's just not gonna be there. Okay. Okay.
How do you keep them from having the nuke? Impeach Trump is the opposite of having a better idea. You're killing your party. You're killing your party. And look, I hope it works out for you. I hope you guys splinter off and become, whatever you really are. Because you're not a capitalist and you're not a Democrat. And, you could say, well, what do you know? I was raised by a real one. I was raised by a real one. Go ahead and criticize Mario Cuomo. What's going to be your biggest insult? That he spawned me and Andrew? Is that going to be the best you have? Because you ain't shit compared to him. Not in terms of intelligence, not in terms of success, not in terms of pedigree, not in terms of philosophy, not in terms of mission, not in terms of eloquence, not in terms of charisma, not in terms of anything. Certainly not electability. You are killing your party because you are not a real one. Because you're doing what's good for you in a vacuum with your little social media following. You're no different than a pod bro. And you're killing your party. And Democrats better wake the fuck up and realize that you're better than this. Be with the 80, not the 20. Okay?
I disagree on the last part. They're not better than this. They went down that rabbit hole and they stuck. They are stuck, bro. They are stuck. That's a socialist party. That's a socialist party. And that's why they losing so many people. It's not a coincidence that people are leaving the Democratic Party in droves. It's not a coincidence. They got bad policies. And people see what their policies are and they don't like them. But they just sticking with the bullshit like AOC keep her and Ilhan Omar and Bernie Sanders, who's not even a Democrat, and these other people. They just keep coming out pushing their agenda. And they see the writing on the wall, but they don't care. It's like he said, they're sticking with the 20 and not the 80. They're gonna find out. People keep thinking that they may come. They're not coming back. I'm predicting a doom and gloom situation for them. They're not coming back at all. But the thing about the Supreme Court ruling is this. Let me read this. As of today, the U.S. Supreme Court has not issued a final ruling on the constitutionality of birthright citizenship itself or on President Trump's executive order attempting to restrict it. On that date, the court ruled 6-3 in Trump. in Trump v. Casa Incorporated, Trump v. Washington, Trump v. New Jersey, that individual federal judges lack the authority to issue nationwide injunctions, limiting prior blocks on the executive order to only the specific plaintiffs and jurisdictions involved in the lawsuits. This decision allows the order to potentially take effect in 28 states not covered by the injunctions after a 30-day period, unless further legal action intervenes. However, the court explicitly did not address the merits of the executive order or the broader question of birthright citizenship's constitutionality under the 14th Amendment. A final ruling on the executive order's legality is still pending, with arguments heard on May 15, 2025, and a decision expected by late June or early July 2025. The 14th Amendment and the 1898 United States v. Wong Kim Ark president continue to affirm birthright citizenship for nearly all individuals born on U.S. soil, and legal scholars widely hold that only a constitutional amendment could definitively end it. That's why the Supreme Court is going to have to clarify this. They're going to have to clarify it. What's up, Dark Kent? Y'all, I'm tired. I ain't even going to lie to you. I've been fooling with that radio, like I said earlier. I'm tired, bro. Trying to hook that shit up for my daughter. And I got to cut my hair. Y'all see how my hair look. Oh, man. I ain't got no edge. My shit wild. It's all sticking out. It's all frizzy. Hmm. I don't know. I'm thinking about changing the topic if I stay on here. Because I don't know, I just feel like changing the topic. Y'all want to change the topic? I'm really not feeling real politicky right now. Bro, I hate it. I be working on cars, but Lord have mercy. This shit it's these new cars, I'm finna change the topic. What are we gonna change the topic to? But yeah, these new cars, bro. They too much of a hassle. That's why I say is to me, the way I'm hooking it up is easy just to hook it up on the factory, the speakers and the amp and all of that shit. But if I was to get an aftermarket stereo, it's not the same because all of them, some of them have backup cameras and some of the buttons will still work, but it's not the same. And I really don't want to start fooling with that shit. You know what I mean? Let me change this shit, man. I'm finna get this off of here. I don't think I am. I mean, I said that. I don't know. Unless we talk about something else, because I'm just not really feeling like talking about politics. I think I'll be really in that mood around election season. Because in between time, I pay attention, but I don't want to talk about it because I'm not paying that much attention to it, so I can't really talk about it how I want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a lot of stuff I'd be missing. Because once I get into the other this Diddy and all this other stuff, then I done miss some stuff. Because when you in that politics season, election season, you watching it every day. I mean, for me, I know that's how I am. Like I'm telling y'all, when election season come around, you saw how I was when I was pumping out the videos during election season. Like I'm watching that shit really 24/7. All I'm listening to is news. I'm listening to all that shit. What these arguments is, what's going to the Supreme Court, who's complaining about this, what bill is getting passed, all of that stuff, bro. It's just so hard for me to talk about it when I haven't been keeping up with it. That's crazy, and it's very difficult, and I hate that. See, some stuff you can jump back into and just start talking about it, but politics, you can't really do that unless you're a politics nerd or you've been keeping up with it the whole time. Let me stop fooling with this bottle. I'm trying to get this ice out of there. I'm trying to get this ice. Oh man. What? What? Lisa Salters is in a public relationship with Caitlin Clark, Indiana Fever coach. Okay, I read that. At first, I'm finna say with Caitlin Clark. What the hell? Lisa Salters, she gay? I thought she was married, bro. You gotta be kidding me. What the fuck? I thought she had kids and shit. Yep, you right. It say she in a relationship with Stephanie White. What the hell? What is going on, man? He said, look it up. I just looked it up. I'm on her Wikipedia page now. Let me get that off the screen. We ain't talking about that. She has been a reporter, ESPN. She was born in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. She played guard for the Lady Lions basketball team. She 5'2". Come on, all these basketball women don't have to be gay. This shit crazy. She is a cousin of Dallas. I know that, Tony Dorsett. Salters adopted a son after years of trying to have a child on her own. Whoa. Salters resides in Nashville, Tennessee with her partner, Stephanie White. White's three sons and her son. What is going on? Hold on. So it's okay. So Lisa Salters was obviously in a relationship with a man at some point because she was trying to have a baby on her own. But it says Stephanie White's three sons. Did she was she a is she a flip flopper? What's going on, man? She married her high school sweetheart Brent McCarthy in 1998. The couple divorced in 2002. White earned a bachelor's degree in communications from Purdue University. White was inducted into the Purdue Athletics Hall of Fame. White later began a relationship and married Michelle Fletcher. Due to the then active same sex marriage ban in Indiana, the couple traveled to California to be legally married in 2011. White gave birth to her first child. What the fuck? About 2 years later, the couple welcomed twin boys to their family. White and Fletcher later separated. So she must have had the babies put in her. So she left her husband and got with a woman and had the babies put in her. I mean, like, to me, that shit is ruining families, bro. That shit is ruining families. Cause these kids, who is your real daddy? You know, people always get to that at some point. They can always, well, I'm gonna get this baby put in me. Just like oh, the black chick who used to be on Fox, who we was talking about the other day when she said, um, she only date a man if he owns the bus. That chick. Trust me, when that boy get old, I'm like, who is my daddy? Okay, cool. My mom is you, but people feel like their life ain't complete unless they know who they folks is, even if they don't fuck with them. Like, come on now. Why are they doing shit like this? Yeah, they both bisexual. Obviously, that's what it seemed like. But I mean, look, it's like then it's old cooch. Like they old coochie. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all down there eating it. Like, I don't know, man. Two women. They be on some old coochie. That shit kind of nasty to me. He said who hit who first, Lisa or Stephanie? I bet you Lisa hit her. Lisa probably was all aggressive and shit. Cause she be around sports a lot. She'll probably interviewing her and start hitting on her. You know how these chicks is. Start hitting on each other. Behind the scenes. Just like Mika and Joe. He had got a divorce. I remember because I used to be, when I was a Democrat, I used to watch MSNBC. I used to watch Morning Joe, all that shit. I remember Joe coming on there and he ended up, he had this little funny attitude for a while because he was going through a divorce, you know. And then all of a sudden, Mika was on there, and then they started being all cutesy and funny to each other. And he was still kind of grumpy, but then all of a sudden he wasn't grumpy no more. He was all cool. Then it was like, oh yeah, they got married. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that shit. This should be going on behind the scenes. Like, what do y'all think about their workplace? When people say you shouldn't interact with people at your workplace, but it's like, bro, if you see them all the time, how can you not? I honestly don't feel like there's nothing wrong with it. I just feel like I see, how it can interfere with your job, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, how can you really like try to stop that, or how can you be mad at somebody for like dating somebody from work? Like, you see these people all the time. It was a woman that I worked with. I did not like her at first. We didn't even like each other. And we worked there, and she was nothing special. And then all of a sudden, like I worked with her so much, I was like, damn, I kind of like her. And I could tell she was liking me because she started telling me about how she didn't want to be. She started telling me about her relationship and how she didn't want to be with him no more and all of this shit. And you know how women is when they start talking to you like that. They kind of be throwing you a hint like, look, we can do some, That's how she was talking to me. Literally. And I got the, shit going on. And I'm like, damn, I might, shoot my shot at her, see what's up. I mean, she not nothing special. She wasn't ugly though. It's just like, what am I? And then I said, what am I doing? Yeah. He said women can't complain about penis size when they grind on a flaccid 1-inch clitoris. Man, they be the main ones. You got a small dick. And then they go nibble on one. They go nibble on a small dick and get mad and talk about somebody got a small dick. When they really be lying though. You know how that shit go. They just say that because they mad at you. You got a small dick. He ain't got no small dick. You just want to insult his manhood. Yeah, this ain't hidden. It ain't nothing to really talk about. That was a good comment though, Tim. That was funny. That was a factual statement as well. Yeah, it just ain't. It just ain't one of them. This just ain't one of them days, man. I try to come on every day, or try to, but I don't. I need to record a video. Let me see what I want to record a video about. I might do it before I go to sleep. Let me check my. Let me check what I saved here. I might end up going back to the Diddy shit. Yeah, I might end up going back to the Diddy stuff. Oh, I could do this DL Hughley when DL Hughley went off on TMZ. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make that, and then I might talk about Diddy. I might do that on a live. I don't know if people still interested in it because I don't see anything on the YouTube trending about it. I don't see anybody talking about that shit. Do they actually have the closing statement from the lawyer? Nah, I might. I installed everything. It's just this little harness, not a harness, but it's a RCA line converter that I wouldn't need if I had bought a different radio. But since I'm using the factory, I got to use that. I think that's bad. That's why I'm having issues. So tomorrow I'm gonna try to go buy one and hook that up. And if not, I'm just gonna take it to some audio people and just let them see what's going on. Cause I'm just gonna pay the money. I'm just gonna pay the money and be through with it. I'm not gonna keep fooling with that shit. That shit done got on my damn nerves now. Cause I got it. Everything ran, but it's just like, damn. See, I remember hooking up radios. All I used to do, cause you bought a new radio and you take that harness and you wire that harness up and you just snap that motherfucker in the back. What's up, Miss Paradise? Happy Friday. Yeah. Friday night lights. Yeah. I was telling them, don't laugh at my hair. I gotta cut my hair. I gotta cut my hair and shave. I be trying to let it grow out, cause see, my friends and shit, they all went bald early. And I know why. See, I've been cutting my hair for a long time. Them fools is always pulling their edges back and cutting their hair. I'm like, to me, it just seems like if you keep cutting your hair all the time, that your hair gonna kind of feel like, okay, maybe he don't want me to be there long, or he don't want it, and it just won't grow back. So I'm like, nah, I don't want to be bald like y'all niggas. So them niggas started going bald once we graduated. I was like, hell no, fuck that. So yeah, that's why sometime when I come on here, y'all see how I kind of let my hair grow. I don't cut. I'm not gonna always have a fresh cut. That just ain't me. I like to let my hair grow a little bit, then I cut it. So that's just how I operate. But yeah, I was trying to talk about some politics but then I'm just like, I don't keep up with it right now like I do during election season. Because during election season, I could just talk about this shit. We could sit on here and just talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, because election season going on, because that shit lasts for like 2 years. And it'll probably be like next year when they start really talking about it again. So I mean, then it just I be watching the news all the time. I'm watching the news 24/7. I mean, literally, I get up. and it's on news. I go to sleep, it's on the news. I look at it on my timeline, it's news on my timeline. Politics. So I'm keeping up with bills, laws, lawsuits, all of that stuff. Who's trying to run for this, who's trying to run for that. Easy. But when I'm not talking about it, or when I'm not keyed in on politics, I'm just like trying to catch it here and there. It's hard to really talk about it because you be missing stuff. You be missing a lot. It be gaps. But you said Diddy had a good closing statement. His lawyer had a good closing statement. Do they have that? Is that one of the things that they released? Can you play that? Or that's just what they said? Because I would like to hear it. You say Diddy either going to be free next week or found guilty and get a life sentence, and the government going to take control of all his money and assets. Yeah, they had already dropped some of the charges. What did they drop? They dropped some of his charges. They dropped attempted kidnapping, arson. He still faces charges including racketeering, sex trafficking. If convicted on racketeering charge, he could face a life sentence. And the sex trafficking charge carries a minimum sentence of 15 years. See, I don't know. He might walk. I was saying this though, remember? I was saying this. I was saying he might walk. Racketeering? I just don't see if they proved enough for it to be racketeering. Do y'all think they proved enough for it to be racketeering? Because from what I've been hearing, it really seemed like a lot of these women was, if anything, they was physically abused. I'm not seeing the RICO charges and the racket. I'm not seeing that. I think that stuff is being misinterpreted. Even when they tried to say the stuff about the drugs, really, it was all personal use. Like when he was taking drugs across state lines, that's not drug trafficking to me. That would be drug trafficking if it was like kilos and shit. Yeah, that shit was like enough for him to take so he could take some and he could give some to people and have all these sex. That's what that shit was about. You say you hadn't kept up with the Diddy case on purpose? Why not? You haven't been interested in it? I be keeping up with it. It's this thing on YouTube called Law and Crime, this page. And I'm talking about they got some good updates. Like they update every day because they got a reporter on the inside, and I mean, she take good notes. It's a black chick too. It's a black chick. Her name is Christy or something. Her last name is Milner, and bro, she takes some good ass notes, and she be explaining what she saw, what she heard, who said what. It'd be good. It'd be good. They consolidated some of his charges. I think he gonna be free. Me too. I think he gonna get free. I think he gonna go free. Tim say, I think it's going to be a hung jury and retried. I can't see the white and Latin woman on the jury finding Diddy not guilty. That'll be fucked up because I don't. What I'm after you heard all these statements from these people like waffling when they saying, "Oh, I didn't know I was gonna be doing these freak offs," and then in the next moment, "Yeah, I want to do another freak off," and they texting them, and when can we do another one? Like all of these conflicting statements. How can you really charge somebody with some shit like that? She say just not interested. Law and Crime is good. It is good, ain't it? I like Law and Crime. They got some good reporters on there. Even the other little cases that they talk about, they got some good reporters. And they got some black folks on there, don't they? Because I seen another one where I think it was a black chick. She was covering some murder trial. I was like, damn. That's when I was like, okay, they fucking with the black folks over here. At least they giving some niggas some jobs. instead of a bunch of white folks. You know what I'm saying? And just like, damn, give some black folks some of these good ass jobs, man. She said he's just a freak and abusive, but he's not on trial for any abuse of any kind. I know he ain't on trial for no abuse. That's the crazy part about it. That's what they need to charge him with is that abuse. But he ain't on trial for that. They trying to hit him over the head. Like you say, I think he was just abusive to these women because he was a drug addict and he was a freak. He liked these sex and these freak offs. So he was being abusive. He was probably getting real aggressive when they didn't want to do it. Holding Cassie against her will. Not necessarily, but he was like, what it was one point where she was at some hotel and he was like, she can't leave. And I think he had the bodyguards there, like making sure she didn't leave. It was some crazy shit, bro. Tim say this Rico case is strictly about the government wanting to find Diddy guilty so they can take all his money and assets. Now, I believe that. I believe that. Now, when they say it's a conspiracy, I don't think that's a conspiracy. I really believe that the government is really taking down a lot of these prominent black dudes so they can take their wealth and fortune from them. They don't want this stuff trickling down. I believe that. Now, I believe that. Now, it's a lot of stuff, the man is doing this to us. It's a lot of stuff that I don't believe, but I believe that because it's happening too much. Shit ain't no coincidence. It just keeps happening. When we know it's been a lot of other people, white folks, these gay men in Hollywood and in the music industry that been doing this stuff, these sex parties, these freak offs, sex trafficking, been doing it. So all of a sudden these black guys do it and it's an issue now. I don't buy it. She said, I say the same thing. They don't hire our people enough. Yep, they don't. They don't. That's why I was glad to see the few black faces that I've seen on there. I was like, okay, they must be making some money. They making some good money. Probably not real good like they want to, but they're making some money. Because I heard the girl, the black chick, when you listen to the updates about the Diddy trial, when they started mentioning the stuff about the cars and the money, she make these little comments like, yeah, 50,000. Like if I guess he gave some woman like $50,000 or $10,000. She was like, oh, I would love to have gifts of $10,000 and 50,000. She make little comments like that on there. I'm like, okay, but you can tell she makes some good money. She makes some good money, but she's a woman. She's gonna woman. She loved to hear that somebody sprinkling them with some money. It's like I would love to have that myself. Diddy has a beautiful family that he took for granted. Is that, bro? He lost it with me. Yeah, when he did that, the stuff he doing, he tripping. It's like, bro, you being who you are, you don't think this would ever come out? You got people working for you. You don't think this would ever come out, or you think that it would come out and you could always say, "Oh, that's just rumors. People just saying stuff." You know how it is when you become a celebrity. People start making up lies on you. I kind of think he thought it was going to be that type of ordeal where he could just keep doing this for the rest of his life. And people, oh, it's just, they just saying, people, they don't like me and they're saying this about me or they want me to be a freak and I'm really not a freak. And come on, man. You can't be that naive. Tim say consensual sex trafficking shouldn't be tried in a legal system like it was forced. Yeah. That was one of my big issues with it because it's like, I don't like that how I'm not saying women can be coerced or whatever, but it's like, damn, bro, if that's the case, then they can charge a lot of men with this shit. A woman, she could be like down to come over your house and have sex with you and do all these little secret rendezvous and then wait. let's say maybe like me, if I blow up and then all of a sudden be like, oh yeah, Rod, he used to always coerce me to come over his house and we was having these threesomes. I didn't really want to do that. And they saying, I'm on trial. I'm like, bro, she was down for all of this shit. She was setting it up. But everybody gonna look at me like I'm the bad guy. Like, man, you a freak, man. You had that girl doing that? Yeah, she the one who texted me to do it. I don't know, man. You might need to go to jail. That shit's fucked up. She said, like, when do you retire your whorish ways? He need to retire his whorish ways. He getting too old for that shit. I'm telling you, I, all of this little shit that I be hearing, especially with people in these freaky ways, I get it. I understand people have little fetishes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got my little fetishes stuff that I like, but it's like I want it to be with just one woman. Like I don't know, my sexual appetite ain't so ferocious where I gotta, let's go to the, go in the park in the middle of the night and walk around with trench coats on and we ain't got nothing on and then we find a park bench and fuck, or we go get a hotel room and set up a camera. Like, I don't want to do all that. Like I just want to get my lady and we do some little freaky stuff and maybe we go on vacation. Like, okay, let's go to Mexico or let's go to Paris and get us a nice room. We go out and do stuff and then we come back to the room and have some hot sex or something. Like I don't want to do all this extra random shit, bro. That shit is, maybe I'm weird, maybe I'm a lame, but I'm just not into all of that shit. Threesomes and foursomes and swapping partners. I don't want to do that shit. I want to get with my lady. I want to tear that ass up and I want to go on by my day. I might eat some pussy. She gonna suck some dick. And then we just, we go on. I ain't trying to lube her up. I mean, yeah, I might want to put some baby oil on her booty cheeks, some stuff. That's about it. I don't need to, all right, get in this bathtub and we're gonna fill it up with baby oil and that's too much. It's way too much. Tim say this case will be a lesson for rich black men to give their kids part of their inheritance when they turn 18, just in case they catch a RICO or lose a major lawsuit. Some gonna have to change. A lot of black folks gonna start to put in some contingency plans just in case. Cause they, when you get to a certain status, they coming after you. Watch. Some people they hate Drake, but watch. I guarantee you. That's why they keep pinning him with this underage stuff now. And they think it's funny. Some black people think this shit funny just to go after him because of this whole um, Kendrick Lamar stuff. But y'all be playing with fire. Y'all be playing with fire. Sure, I think he be with white women and stuff like that, but still, like, come on, y'all setting him up. Watch, eventually they're gonna start hitting him with, man, he was with some underage women, and they gonna start popping out probably when his career is done, when he kind of fade off. Watch, this shit gonna come right back to the surface. All this shit y'all been saying. Any of these black people when they out putting these charges on him, man, he like these kids. This. All right. Keep on doing that. Just like when we was talking about the Carmelo Anthony trial. They ain't doing it but making it worse when they saying all of this shit. Oh, it wasn't. Oh, he had a cleat sharpener. Don't be saying all of this stuff. Y'all speculate. Y'all making it worse on him. Y'all want him to get out, but y'all making it worse by adding all of this shit, this racism, and they was bullying him. Like, stop all of that shit, bro. Just stick to the facts. Yeah, damn. Tim say if Diddy found guilty, his kids will literally be trading places, going from extremely rich to, yeah. They're gonna have to start getting in the music business, like really like being legit about it. Opening up their own little record labels or whatever it is. But they're gonna have to make their own way. Because if they take this money, they ain't getting a dime. And they gonna take away the shit that they got. Some of the stuff that they got, they probably gonna take some of that. Maybe cars and shit like that. Man, they probably take all that shit. They might take all that shit. He's a sole parent, grandpa age doing dumb stuff. Yeah. Ain't that crazy? And I hope that stuff ain't true about him, like when he unalived, what tried allegedly tried to unalive Kim and Al B. Like that type of shit, bro. It's like these are your kids' parents. Like, why would you do that? You can't just be mad at them. You gotta try to take them off. Like, come on, bro. Allegedly. Like, come on, man. Don't do this. You didn't already punched her. It was reports of that. I seen the video of old boy who said he seen it. He hid her away for a while her face was healing. When he punched her on a boat or some shit like that. Punched Kim Porter in the nose, broke her nose or some shit. It's like, how could you do that to the mother of your kids? He's an abusive asshole. Abusive. That's the shit that they need to charge him with. See, I was totally against Kendrick Lamar, A minor lyric commercialized to the entire world. Me too. I seen so many niggas like co-signing that shit, man. You know what be killing me too is when they get up there and they say, "Man, he ain't with the culture. He ain't black." But I'm like, bro, y'all constantly be talking about this FBA, this FBA, that. But ain't his daddy FBA? Like, what the fuck is like? And then they picking sides. Like, why y'all picking sides? If we supposed to be on this FBA shit, why are we picking sides? Why can't we say we don't want any of these dudes to be talking shit about each other? They like, no, Kendrick Lamar, he's standing up for the culture. Cool. That's fine. That's fine, bro. But he's attacking another fellow FBA. That's why some of that shit is just confusing to me, bro. It's confusing. I'm confused. I'm perplexed. Miss Paradise say, yep, and Wolf is Justin's alleged father. Yep. That's that's crazy. The alleged father. I just can't see myself attacking if I had multiple kids attacking their parents, like the mothers and shit. Like, okay, let me put something in her drink. I'm gonna offer her. Why would I do that to my child? Allegedly. What's up, vet? Yeah, I'm up late. I was gonna get off of here a minute ago because I was talking about politics, but then I changed it because I'm just like, I don't really want to talk about politics. I haven't been keeping up with it. Yeah, and Drake's father is from a legendary music family, which is crazy. It's like, bro, y'all gotta be more consistent with this shit. You gotta be more consistent. Like, oh yeah, Kendrick Lamar, I'm like, bro. And it was crazy because it's to me, this will kill me too. I'm like, bro, y'all act like all y'all didn't like Drake music at the time. Nigga, stop. I like Drake music. I still like Drake music. Even this new shit that nobody don't like, I still like it. It's like, come on, man. Why y'all trying to act like all of a sudden y'all hate Drake? Y'all was all bumping Drake at one point. Stupid. Trump did his big one. Yeah, he did. He doing his big one. He sure did. That birthright citizenship. But it still got to be decided in the Supreme Court later on. I think they was basically just upholding his executive orders about it because the lower courts kept filing all these injunctions and shit holding up all of his executive orders, which is fucked up because the executive branch should really get carte blanche, to not do what they want to do, but they should be able to do some things that they were actually mandated to do because the overwhelming majority of this country did vote for Trump. So yeah, we kind of want some of that stuff that he's doing. That's what we asked for. Like they trying to make it seem like, uh, are y'all happy now that y'all voted for Trump? Now that ICE is deporting people? Yes. What do you mean? That's exactly what I voted for. That's exactly what I voted for. You say income tax next. What they talking about in that big beautiful bill? What is it? No tax on tips, no tax on overtime. If they do that, man, that'll be big. You say girls love Beyonce, niggas love Drake. Yeah, niggas be lying about how they love Drake. I don't. They be he sing all these lovey-dovey songs and man, I don't care. That shit sound good when I'm listening to it in my car. You act like y'all don't listen to R&B. I listen to R&B. So now you because it's Drake, you can't listen to it because he's singing. Man, get the fuck out of here. And he can rap. I'm not saying everything he rap about is a hit, but he got a nice flow. Why y'all be man, bro? What's wrong with liking both of them? You gotta pick one. They be killing me with that shit. They be killing me. Kendrick don't realize he just won Me Too lawsuit away from getting his wake up call. Yeah. Now, what if some shit really come out about Kendrick and it's proven? Niggas gonna be looking crazy. But as black people, we always like to back ourselves in the corner, stick our foots in our mouths, and be looking crazy. I mean, we love doing that. All them niggas who was on this side, they gonna go silent. They ain't gonna defend him then. I'll defend him because it's a black dude. But see, y'all done stuck your foot in your mouth. Y'all be looking crazy for trying to defend him. Pillow talkers be the main ones. Yeah. Kanye is a musical genius. I think he really does have what they say, autism or something. That's why he be doing that. That's why he go back and forth. It's like he be normal, then he'll have a moment. Like now he's quiet. But wait till something happen. Then he'll just all of a sudden have this outburst and say something outlandish. And it'd be kind of random. It's like, okay. Okay, like he probably went to the Diddy trial giving him support. And then watch, if Diddy get off, I could see Kanye coming back and be like, "What happened? Diddy is guilty. He tried to rape me and suck my dick." I can see because you heard him. He done said all that shit about he sucked his cousin. Remember he made that song? He told me he sucked his cousin's dick and stuff. Like, man, oh man, bro. She said he started exposing the U's. I know what you mean. Now everyone called him crazy. Now he was exposing. He was definitely doing that. And we know how they get down. So I believed him. I believed him on that. I know he ain't lying about that stuff. Too many people say it. Even white folks be saying it. So I know I know he ain't lying. Man, I be listening to who is that? I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head. But even he always talking about the what they call them white hats. Ain't that what they call the instead of saying JEWS? Look how she spelled it. See that ain't now think about how crazy that is. Think about how crazy this is. She didn't even write the whole word, and now Miss Paradise. Look, Black Cat wrote ooze, and then Miss Paradise wrote, look how she wrote it. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? How you gotta tone down what you saying and but these same people who run these record labels and stuff, they be ooze. They'll definitely put out a record where somebody just saying nigga, 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 nigga. They don't care about that, but you can't say nothing about them. If you say anything about them, they get you taken down, they get strikes on you, your channel come down, your social media come down, posts disappear. It's crazy. But y'all know what else is crazy? This is kind of off topic, but it's still on topic. And I know y'all seen well, nah, y'all probably didn't see me. When I used to do when I during the football season, I'm a Cowboys fan and I do stuff about the Cowboys. But look, and I talk bad about the Cowboys, especially Jerry Jones, right? Look, I'm telling y'all, on Twitter, when I say something good about the Cowboys, it stays up. But I promise you, if I type something bad about the Cowboys and at the Dallas Cowboys, when I hit send, it doesn't even show up on my page. And I'm not lying. I done it so many times. It if it's like they missed it, I could refresh it and then it's gone. That's what they remind me of the U's. I could literally type that shit, bro. Like last year I was saying how much I hated Jerry Jones. I mean, I will retype it and send it, and it would not pop up. I would retype it, send it, it would not pop up. I refresh it. I say, look, what the fuck is going on? So I get on my computer and go to my page, it still ain't there. And then I say, okay, man, the Dallas Cowboys the best team in the world, and it'll pop up. Like, damn. And I refresh it and refresh it and refresh it, and the bad shit never come up. I'd be like, damn, is it just slow? That shit didn't even pop up. So they got some shit going on with the internet too. The small hats, the little hats. They not who is the white hats? Who is the white hats? Is that did I get that wrong? Y'all saying small hats and little hats. Who is the white hats then? Because I always hear people saying white hats. Irritated Genie had a big YouTube channel and got banned because he was exposing the small hats. Or am I just saying it wrong? Did I just make that up? She say can't break the matrix. They might close the live. Yeah, they have. It's been times. Oh yeah. See, y'all don't even know this. It's been times where I done typed the title and fired this shit up. Right. I'm talking about I fired it up. And I'm sitting here just like this. this gonna fuck you up. Over here, it'll make it seem like I'm live. It'll say it. It'll say live, blah blah blah. And I'm like, damn, nobody is coming through. Nah, I'm only on YouTube right now, Miss Paradise. I'm only on her. I don't even fool with X like I used to. I just don't. Cause sometimes when I talk about shit, people can't handle it. A couple of FBA people that came on here and who is it? EJ. EJ came on here one time. We went at it. He said he was all in the comments. I was talking crazy to him. We ended up apologizing to each other in the back channels, but that's it's just like, bro, I just can't. I'm not one of these people just gonna agree with everything y'all be saying. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. But yeah, I done had this shit, fired it up, and I typed in something on the title that was, I guess, inappropriate. I guess it was inappropriate. I'll be damned. I'll be sitting here, not one person show up. So I say, fuck it. I'm gonna just start talking. So I start talking, thinking I'm doing something. Then I say, damn, what's going on? I'll be talking for about 20, 30 minutes. And then I actually go to YouTube and I can go to YouTube Studio. I don't know if y'all know. If you ain't a content creator, you probably don't know what YouTube Studio is, but you go to YouTube Studio and you can see what how your live is doing. That's why I see all my analytics. and I look on there and it's not even showing up. The first time it happened to me, I didn't know what was going on. But now I know anytime that happens, that means that YouTube like didn't approve that live. So it won't even they don't even register it at all. It'll make you look like you live, but they not broadcasting that shit. It ain't even going through. You just pumping that shit into space. And they ain't not even sending it down they algorithm. So you just sitting there looking crazy. Black Cat said, I used to be in this cult and they used to expose them constantly. They wiped the entire live whenever we discussed what they do to us. And I got banned from CH and labeled anti S. What is anti S? Oh, anti Semitic. Yeah. You got banned from CH. Now, what is CH? What is CH? What is CH? You say you used to be in a cult? You didn't mean cult, did you? You didn't mean cult. Clubhouse. Okay. She say that's why they mad at me. I'm not a bandwagoner. I do not jump off cliffs because someone else does it. Yeah, you can't be like that, bro. It's nothing wrong with being like that. It's nothing wrong with being. But the thing is, they make it seem as if you like you not with the program. I'm with the program. I love FBA. I claim I'm a foundational Black American. I love it. That don't mean I gotta go with it along with everything you say. Will I, stand by you? Yeah, but not. I mean, if you just on some goofy shit or you just making up some shit, I'm not doing that. Now I used to have set live times. You remember I used to try to come on what is it like 7 o'clock? But I be on CP time too much. I'll sit up here and make the thumbnail and put it up there and say, look, well, in the beginning, that's probably why y'all didn't see a lot of them because I was having that issue and I didn't know it. But she said, "Do you have set live time?" Yeah, I used to. Man, I say I'm come on here at 7. I've been in. My daughter been and had me doing something, or my daddy or somebody, because I know y'all told y'all about some other stuff that happened. But I'll be doing all that stuff, and then by the time it be 8 or 9 o'clock, it's just I'm like, bro, I can't do that. I can't lie to these people because they probably sitting there like it be a few of y'all. You know what I mean? Even if it's like 5, I'm like, nah, I can't. I can't be lying to these people. That's why it's kind of random now when I come on here. That's why I guess if you want to just follow me, just turn on that damn notification bell, and hopefully it just pops up. You say, yeah, it was a cult. Oh Lord. She said, I have a mind of my own. That's why I didn't last in the court. I hear you. It's some cults. I ran into one. I guess I can call them cults. Did y'all see the show yesterday when that lady came on here? I was talking about the Krishan Rock, and then she was showing me these pages on YouTube where it's people who like they dedicated you. Okay, you know how I talk about politics and black culture or what's going in the news, hip hop news, just kind of random stuff sometimes. I didn't know it was these pages is like just dedicated to one specific thing. Sometimes one specific person. Like these pages they was taking me to was specifically following Krishan Rock, all the conspiracies behind Krishan Rock, all the all the rumors, all of that shit. Then I know y'all seen that one video where I was doing about Mo 3 when he died. And this guy named King Duke Faro. Y'all can find him on YouTube. That's all they talk about. It's all Mo 3 and these Dallas rappers. That's all they talk about. And I'm in a group chat with them. And bro, I don't even know how they do it. They find a topic every day to talk about this Mo 3 death and who was behind it. And I'd be like, damn, how is they doing like, and they do it every day. Every day. I don't know how they do it. I can't do it. That would just be like me focused on politics and I'm just Trump, 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 Trump. Now, for a little bit, I was during election season because, like I say, that was election season, though. You know what I'm saying? And I like Trump. So, I was pumping out my videos and I was like, bro, I'm in the algorithm. And I mean, people was watching them. I'm getting hits and views. I'm like, shit, I'm rocking out with my cock out. I'm going all the way in on this shit. So I stuck with it the whole time. And when it come back around, I don't know how I'm gonna do it without Trump, but I'm gonna find somebody else to go in on. It's probably gonna be Stephen A. Smith if he run. I'm gonna stay on his bumper. I'm gonna stay on his bumper. But yeah, yeah, I really didn't have too much to talk about. It was just kind of an open discussion. Anything that people wanted to talk about. Like I said, I was doing the politics in the beginning. Then I just realized I didn't really want to talk about politics. I just kind of wanted to chill. You know, that's all. But yeah, I'm beat from trying to hook up that damn stereo in my daughter's car. Well, not the stereo, but the damn some thump. I'm putting that thump in there, and I'm still not finished. So I thought I finished it 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Tell you what, next time I'm gonna just spend the money. If I have another kid and they want that shit, I'm just gonna spend the money, man. I ain't gonna fool with it no more. They're not like they used to be. Can't just pop that shit in like you used to. I remember, man, it was just a power, a ground, and a harness, and your shit was bumping. Now you can kill that shit. You got to pull out all of this shit and connect the brown and the gray wire is the left, right, and this is the speaker wire is orange and yellow, and it's like, bro, sheesh. Yeah, it's a aftermarket high watt subwoofer, but I'm hooking it up to the factory. That's the hard part. That's the hard part. See, if I was hooking it up to an aftermarket stereo, that'd be different. Those are easier because you can just get that harness and kind of snap it in there. But like I say, she got one of them screens in her car that got all that shit. It's got the climate where you can, change the AC and it's got the buttons on the screen. So I don't want to fool with that shit. I don't want to fool with that. I've been and cut some wire, unplug some, and it cost me thousands of dollars. It's like, nah, I'm not. No, 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 no. Because the radio in my car now, it's got one of these screens on it. I don't even know how you could put an aftermarket in there. It don't make sense. Cause mine is shaped funny. Mine is like built into the dash and shit. It's like, yeah, you would have to hook it up to the factory, unless they got some kit for that. But I don't know how. This ain't like them old cars where it just had the little dash kit. Where if you bought an aftermarket, you can just pop it right in there. You pop the other piece off, and then you. Nah, ain't none of that shit going on. You been and pop some shit off and don't get it popped back on. You been and popped your damn pockets. That's what been and happen. Been and popped your ass a fat check. You gonna owe somebody. Gonna go into debt. Been and pulled the wrong switch on the car, and now you in debt. Now your car don't run no more. and you still own this car, it don't run. So you got to scrounge up some money to get it fixed. Come to find out you done detached the wrong shit, done burnt up some wires. Now the whole steering column locked up. You be like, bro, you hell. I just said, nah, I'm not even touching all that bullshit. It's bad enough I got into them damn speaker wires. That was crazy. I was really nervous about doing that shit. I was nervous about doing that shit. I said, man, look, Miss Paradise talking about, man, you know what I'm talking about. These new cars, man, that shit crazy. That shit is crazy. What did I do? What is that shit? I think I changed some setting on the screen, and I couldn't get my headlights to come on because I think I made it where you had to use the button or some shit. I was like, what the fuck? I I had to look it up online. And it was something else too. I done some stupid shit with that car. I just didn't. I don't know. I got to messing with the wrong shit. I know one thing. I got the little assisted driving. Assisted driving in the lane, keep you in the lane. And my dumb ass, I remember the first time I got it, I thought that shit was driving itself. I'm sitting there and just sitting. It was going. We was straight because it was straight. It was going down a straight road, so it was cool. But then it was going in a curve, right? Because I set the cruise control and everything, and then it's got the camera on it. So if a car get close, it'll slow down and speed up. I didn't have to do nothing, right? This thing I know we can start going into this curve, and it was turning. It was turning. I'm sitting there looking at my phone, and it was turning. But then it said something like, "Put your hands on the wheel." And by that time, bro, it started straightening up, and I was like, threw my phone down to grab the steering. I'm like, "Oh shit, man, I be tripping, bro." Oh, I know it. I know it. I believe you, Tim. I believe you. I believe you. Them cars were messed up. I believe you. Cause so many people probably done tried to put in a stereo or they think they know what they doing and you done cut the wrong wire and that shit burn up, bro. That shit burn you done burnt up some. Cause you start messing up wiring in them cars, these new little so-called smart cars or whatever, you can kiss that damn car goodbye. Or it's gonna cost you a lot of money to get it fixed. She said, and I hate they trying to mandate all these electrical cars always in a exactly. I hate that shit, man. Don't nobody want that all electrical car. Think about this shit. Like, what's gonna happen when the screens and shit burn out, like on a TV? Then you can't see the fucking odometer and shit. You be like, the car gonna run, but you ain't gonna know how fast you're going, and it's probably gonna cost you 5 racks to get it fixed. So now you got to ride around for a couple of weeks or longer before you can get this thing fixed. That's what this shit finna turn into. They try to make it seem like it's gonna be cheaper and easier. It's not. It's not gonna be cheaper and easier to maintain this shit. It's just the little shit is gonna all of a sudden cost you a whole lot. So it's gonna be the same deal. You like, I might as well just fool with my little hoodoo. Caddy asked me, have I ever played Red Dead 2? Hell yeah. I got it on my system right now. I got it on my PlayStation and my Xbox. And I beat it. I done beat that game twice. I used to play the online a little bit, but I ain't really like it too much. I'd rather just walk around and just, go hunting, and shit. Like I like to hunt on there. That's a man. That's a I don't know if anybody ever played games, but man, if y'all ever play games, Red Dead Redemption 2, that's a man, and it looked good. It's some real shit. I mean, it's got some great visuals on there. Great. She making me want to play it now. She said, "You're not going to be able to go far." No, I said, I ain't gonna fuck with that car no more. I ain't gonna fuck with that car no more. It go pretty far. I mean, before it tell me to put my hands on the steering wheel, like some people's cars, I seen it'll stop them real quick. But my car, it just keep going. It'll let you go for a while before it say, "Put your hands on the steering wheel." Doo 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 doo. Say got to charge every 8 hours. Yeah, nobody want to see. When I go to Austin, I see them damn cars all the time at them freaking uh charge stations. I go to the HEB, people have their cars on the charger. I'm like, ain't they gonna be a bitch? Now, what if you get in a bind? What if you trying to rush somewhere? Your kids got a game or you need to be somewhere at a certain time and you forgot to charge your car. You fucked. It ain't like you gotta be somewhere at a certain time and you like, damn, I didn't put no gas in my car. And you know you on E, but you can make it to the gas station and then you be good. That shit, man, you're gonna be down for hours waiting on that shit to charge up. It's gonna cost you even more money because now you're gonna have to call an Uber or something to take you over there. You fucked. Caddy said, I love it. I got to meet Roger Clark, Arthur, and Rob Weedoff last Sunday and Mississippi Comic Con. They were so awesome, man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure them dudes was. Man, they got some great voice characters on there. I know everybody else. They don't know what we talking about, Caddy. They not interested in that. I'm interested in it. I get you. I ain't never been to no Comic Con, but you know what I mean? I'm not really like big on like meeting some of them people, but I'm big on games and stuff like that. I'm big on games. I like to play games. I might even I could probably go to like I wouldn't be against going to one of these Comic Cons and meeting somebody. Not necessarily meeting people, but I don't know. Some of them do look a little interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big fan, but I'm not against it. I don't look down on those people who think like they weird or something because I'm into games and uh TV show characters and stuff. But I wouldn't like, oh, I gotta go to this one. So and so there. Nah, I wouldn't do that. But like if I was like in town and I seen a Comic Con or something, oh yeah, I'd be like, yeah, let me get a ticket. Let me go in there and see what's going on. Yeah, I would do that. I would definitely do that. If for me, it would be ones with athletes. Like if they had athletes that was like signing autographs, I probably still wouldn't go get no autograph signing, but I would just want to go in there just to see them. I'm into historical places. I'm into museums. Like if I go on a vacation, I want to go to like the historical markers, museums, attractions, and I always like to go to I'm a big amusement park type person. Like I like roller coasters, uh, thrill. I'm a thrill seeker. I could jump out of a plane. Uh, what's that shit? I would do base jumping, where you just jump off of like a cliff. Uh, I would like to drive a NASCAR. Where you pay the money and you can like drive a NASCAR. I would do that. um, I want to do a hike. Like in a not. I don't want to spend the night though. I don't want to do one overnight. I ain't trying to do that shit. But like I would like to hike up a mountain, not like a treacherous mountain, but the ones like in the wilderness, like in what is it, like Washington State, where you can go up somewhere and come back in the same day. Just walk up and walk back down. I would like to do shit like that. Um, I like sightseeing. I'm not a foodie like some people are, because when I take my daughter place, I want to try this, I want to try that, and I have to endure it. It's like painful to me, because I'm like, bro, I'm not a big food. I want to try this and I want to eat this and try it. I don't care about food. I just don't care about food like a lot of people do. They're like, oh, I want to try the crunchy this and this. I don't care. I'm the type of person. Just go give me some pizza or go give me some hamburger. I don't want to eat all of that shit, bro. I just want to eat some chicken or something, and I just want to just leave me alone. I don't want to do all of that shit. I don't want to try this Chinese restaurant and then go to this barbecue shack and then go to this fucking Asian. I don't care about that shit. That shit to me is a waste of time, bro. But I know a lot of people love that shit. I want to try the sushi. I don't want to try no fucking sushi. Oh, good night, Vet. Good night. My bad. I didn't see you with the thing. Good night. Yeah. I think I done ran some people off now. It's probably time to go. Okay, so I see the UFO stuff is getting big in the news again, kind of unsettling with all the nuclear talking. I ain't seen no UFO stuff. You might have to show me that. Let me see some UFO stuff. Let me go. UFO sightings. Illinois skies are buzzing with UFO reports. Funky little Arizona town is hailed in New Roswell after strange UFO sighting. UFO witness accounts in the U.S. from the Kenneth Arnold sighting to the Chicago, Illinois skies. Illinoisans have reported 34 UFO sightings to the National UFO Reporting Center. Lord have mercy. I don't know if I really believe in the UFOs. I'm telling y'all right now, I wouldn't even doubt that that's some government shit, bro. They'll fuck around after 50 years, be like, yeah, we've been testing out these new planes. We just didn't, we didn't really want to alert the public, and we didn't want other governments to know that we was doing. Because this is what gets me about it. I don't really hear about a lot of other countries reporting UFOs. It's only in America that I hear them. Now maybe I'm missing something. It's only over here that they be talking about, man, some UFOs. I seen this flying disc. In other countries, that it may be somebody that take a picture of some lights or some floating lights. But I never hear anybody tell me, it was a UFO. Remember they tried to pull that crop circles bullshit on us. Then they found out that shit was fake. Matter of fact, it used to be this show that used to come on TV. They used to reveal these secrets, and they showed how they made a crop circle. And some people just went out there with some boards and put a stick in the middle, and they would just press the stalks down. He never. Now he texts me back. He never. He lying, bro. That nigga lying. He lying like a mug. You see how black people do when they say they supposed to do something, then they don't text you back, but then they realize that they messed up. Then all of a sudden, like, I've been waiting on you. No, you wasn't waiting on me. You're lying. I think they having hearings in Congress. It probably is. Probably is. Yeah, but I think I'm finna get off here, y'all. I've been on here for a while. About to watch some TV and probably play some Red Dead Redemption. since I hadn't played it in a while. All right. I'll come back on here tomorrow. We'll try it again tomorrow. I'll see y'all then. You play on Xbox? That's what I play. That's what I'm gonna play it on my Xbox. Ouch. Because I think I got it downloaded on my Xbox right now. I had to re-download it on my PlayStation. But I know it's on my Xbox because I know I never delete it. I never delete it on my Xbox. I just let it sit there. Because I never know when I'm gonna cut it on. Like Call of Duty, I don't delete Call of Duty. Because I'll stop playing it, but I'm like, nah, if I ever want to go back on there, I ain't trying to wait no fucking hour for it to download fucking 500 gigs. I ain't got time for that. Yeah, you gotta have headphones. When you got these games now, it's best to just have headphones, even when you're playing by yourself. Cause they tune that audio, to give you a more immersive experience. And it's better like that. I mean, it's not bad on your TV if you got like a surround bar, a sound bar or surround sound or something like that. But it's always better with headphones, even like Call of Duty. You got to play Call of Duty with headphones, else you're gonna be getting your ass killed. Because you got to be able to hear people walking up on you, footsteps, people coming around the corner. And with the headphones, you can tell where the shot's coming from. The TV, you can't tell. You can't tell if the shot's coming from over here or over there. With the headphones, they give you this. It sound like okay, he sound like he over here, or the gunshots sound like they sound like they behind you. That's how you can tell when people don't play with headphones because they die a lot. You like he ain't got no headphones. I just walked up on him and slit his throat. So I'll be looking for you next time, sir. But yo, let me go and get out of here. Everybody who watched the channel, man, I appreciate y'all coming through. I know it wasn't much of a show tonight. We was just talking a little bit. Um, I wasn't feeling the politics like I thought I was gonna be. So tomorrow I'll have a haircut. I'll be look more presentable. I won't be so beat down. And I'll talk to y'all then. All right. Peace.